Be careful how you use it.
If you want to talk about it, y'all can hit us up on our socials. We'll let y'all know what those are. But by the way, this is Jerome. I'm Rod.
No.
Oh, I forgot he don't like his government name, so he changed it.
That's I have a whole new name now. My name is Rome, the One.
Why do they call you the One?
Because I'm the only one.
Really?
I'm the only one. You'll never find someone like me. On my statue, my character, me. I'm the only one.
Really?
I can't tell you another time there was another me. Yeah, it's just one. Yeah, so they call me Rome now. I dropped the J. Everybody kept calling me Jerome. I don't like that. I had it before where people just called me Jerome or Rome if you were close to me. But I cut that out because a lot of people didn't understand that concept. So I just said, you know, why not? And just add one.
Okay. In your time being around, first of all, let me tell you how I met this man. He used to work for me, and the man gave me hell every day of the week for about a month till he realized what type of person that I was.
That was his fault.
That was my fault.
Because if people know me, they know I don't like people. I'm working on it. I'm now a people person. Before I wasn't. Everybody want to talk. And then around that time, I was young.
Yeah, you were young. You were young.
22, 21.
Yeah.
And they just made me a lead. But I wasn't liking the circumstances, and they just sprung it on me. So it was. Then he come. Then every manager and supervisor we don't had that come in usually screw me in the process, and then I gotta show my behind and tell people that no, I'm not with that, and now I'm an asswipe. But you know, no, I did. I gave him hell. For what reason? It's just because who I was. You gonna have to earn it. And like I told you, everybody was just every manager that done came through done made it worse for me. And I was like, man.
In other words, he didn't trust no managers at all. He didn't trust anybody that came there that said they was in charge.
I didn't trust anybody.
Got you.
I didn't trust anybody. It wasn't nothing personal. It's just I couldn't pause. You gonna make this an interview? And then
We just shooting from the hip.
I'm lost. No, I didn't trust anybody. I didn't care who it was, especially a manager. It's just because, like I said,
but in this world, why are we like that? That we don't trust management? What experience? I can tell you the experiences I had with management, and you know some of them. But even before you met me, I had my challenges with management. What made you not trust management in your employment place?
the process of trying to be one. Because around that time, most people know my dad was sick, and I had fun being a porter. I was cleaning the toilets, and so I was cool with that. I was cool with dumping trash. I didn't care about that. But when my pops and them got sick, I was like, I might have to do a little bit more. Take a little bit more dough in. And looking at the process, like I said, but first, if I did not want to be one. It's just looking at them, how they move, and how they treated you because of their position. I was like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to be no lead. I don't want to do any of that. I don't like management. I don't like a supervisor. I don't like a lead. But my sister was there, you know.
Yeah.
Once she stepped out, it's like they had no choice. They had to pick someone, and I always felt like, well, you can say I was the best option, the only option, and you know, it made it seem sucky because now the process they want me to go through to be something like them, and I was like, that's not me. That was just out of my character. I was
So it was a matter of individuality to an extent.
a free spirit.
Yeah.
I was a free spirit all the way. And the one thing I always said, like how people do it right now, standing on business. I stood on that. Because a lot of people don't know. Back then, when I said something,
it was it.
I meant
that was it.
I don't care if you took it the wrong way, and I guess that wasn't the best process from being a supervisor, but it was what it was. It was what it was. I was horrible. I was a horrible individual. I can tell you that.
He wasn't as bad as he makes himself out to be. Underneath that thick exterior he's a pretty decent dude. That's why I decided to do this with him, because I have other people that I enjoy being with and hang around, but with him,
there's nobody better than me. That's the only way.
I'm better than you, but at the same time, I'll never sit here and knock you off your platform. I'll never tell you that you can't do what you want to do. Like the other day, we were having a conversation about Mortal Kombat. You know, we're both MK fans. I'm more of a Tekken fan than Mortal Kombat.
I'm both.
But this man here, I kid you not, he wants to take on some of the best in the world. And I told him, yo, you gotta get out there. You gotta find out where these dudes at and give them a piece of what you got.
It's not even telling them the best in the world. I don't want people to
he wants one person in particular. So.
And I don't want to make it is not a personal thing.
You got the floor. You give him a piece of your mind. Tell him who you trying to get at.
I need to find Sonic Fox. It's nothing personal. I don't hate the dude. No, I like his content. It's great. I'm a subscriber, but I just feel like he played the game, I play the game. No, I gotta play him. And even if he beats me, which, like I said, I'm not putting that in hands. I'm going for it.
Come on, I mean,
even if he beats me, it's just the level of respect, knowing that
you went up against one of the world's best.
I faced somebody in the world's best, win or lose, and I was like, that makes me know that I'm here now. Like my name has made notoriety. Like I've made it to a place where, man.
Now, if you're playing a first to 5 and he wins 5 straight, then what does that do for your ego or your game?
I gotta go till I win. I got to. I mean, I'm not gonna quit. I was like, yeah, everyone knows me. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna play you till I know your strengths, know what you can do, know your patterns. Even if you switch players, and I like when people switch players over because anybody who knows me, I know the entire board of any game. So once I play, I'm gonna play with each character to get a feel of everyone. I'm gonna watch video. I'm gonna watch tape, and I don't want to watch you. That's what we are. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch what you do because I feel like it cheats it. I cheat myself out of seeing.
So does people who play fighting games streaming hurt the industry?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
In some cases, I don't know. That's kind of one of those things. If you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
No, I don't want to confuse nobody. We recorded, right?
Yeah, we recorded. We record.
I don't want to confuse anyone. I do want to let you know that yes, it hurts you because it's cool to stream. I'm not stopping that. Everybody has their niches. Man, yeah, play your game. I want you to play. I want you to have fun. But now I'm watching you play this game.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you do. I know what you're gonna do to a person.
So in some cases, you think it's an unfair advantage?
I'm showing you my hand. Okay, do you show your hand in spades?
No, you really don't.
Do you show your hand in Uno?
Technically, you can now because with the way the game has evolved.
And I played it too. It's crazy. But
the way the game has evolved in Uno now, it's a whole other thing.
You never show your hand. You hide stuff, right? What's the point? Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm going to show you some stuff.
Well, okay.
If I got to play, I'm going to show you.
If that's the case, then streaming fighting games is bad versus streaming like single player games in a sense?
I give you single player because
Okay.
you're running through a game. I mean, that's cool. That's like you running through Resident Evil. It's cool. I'm going there. Sometimes I see how fast I can go through it. Oh, okay, let me play this in case someone wants to get like secrets in the game. That's cool. But when it comes to a fighting game, and if you're not in that tournament, I would even stream if I'm playing the computer. Because I'm showing everybody what I can do. And what's going to happen next? I'm going to stop you. And even if I can't, I'm going to stop at least a good 25% of it. If I can stop a good 25% of it, it's over.
Mm. I like a person who just oozes confidence and can just sit here.
But I'm just being real. I'm just being real.
That's the cool thing.
I have to.
That's the cool thing because if you don't have confidence in yourself, nobody else will.
And I put on win, lose, or draw. I'm going to play it. I don't care what it is. I won't get upset. I won't be mad at you. Like I played somebody last night on Mortal Kombat. I guess I got to tell them the secret because we here. For everybody who knows, I start off with Sub-Zero. This is to see what you do. If you can't beat me, so
look. Speaking on that, we've had many matches, many nights where he is literally. Once I figure out how to beat the Sub-Zero, then it's like, okay, now I'm going to go back in the repertoire and pull somebody else out. See how you do this.
But it's not even that though. It's not
Then what is it? Because that's what it looks like on paper.
On paper. But that's not what I beat Sub-Zero like a bait. We could play 30 matches with Sub-Zero. And you could beat me one time. Now if I do it again, and you can't do it, then it's like I felt like you're not ready. Because for everyone who knows, that's not my main character. He's like,
don't even give them all out right
no, I want them to know. I want them to know.
Because you just said though, if they look and see, granted you don't stream like I do from time to time, matches and stuff like that, so they don't really know. Yeah, you can sit here and say that.
But if they see you there, if they see your stream, they know what I'm going to do. Let them know what your stream is.
Anyway, you can find me on Twitch at KidDef77 on Twitch. Anytime y'all looking for some decent content, something that's going to keep you moving and keep you motivated, you can find me there. You can find me on TikTok under Mr. Gray. You can find him under Wrong the One. Anytime you looking for something.
I can't tell you the YouTube channel because it's something long. I just put it up and he put it in the video.
Yeah, the YouTube channel's coming. That's something in the works. We're looking at some other stuff to go with that. But in the meantime, though, since we're talking about these fighting games, one of the questions that I've always wanted to ask him is, when you rate your fighting games, what do you base them on? Because right now, the talk, and I've read this, I've seen it, probably some of y'all have probably seen it too, that MK11 is actually better than MK1. Which is kind of weird, but true. And let me tell you why I kind of feel it's true. Although MK1 story is 7 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10 once you get to the end, when you play 11, it's the amount of customization that you have that makes it, that puts it over 1. Because if you remember in 11, they had the different styles. You had 2 different styles per character. You had 2 different ways of fighting, which changes up the combos completely. Now, if you go back and look at 1, the only thing they did, instead of having the styles, they replaced it with cameos. In a sense, the cameos replace your choices of moves. Now everything is kind of repetitive on one level, where if you had the 2 different styles in 1, you could actually see different content. Because now if you go look and watch these people who constantly stream MK1 all day long, you see the same combos everywhere. No matter what it is, you see them everywhere. You see the same cameos because everybody's doing the same thing. Because I guess that's what they call meta now. I don't know. I don't care for meta players anyway. I hate meta players. And I say it again.
What's the definition of a meta player?
Meta players are people who sit here and find the top tier person, the top tier cameo, and that's all they play with. It
Well,
goes.
talking about me. I don't like that.
I'm not talking about you.
Talking about me.
I'm not talking about you now. Serena, y'all talking about that bitch, but
That's crazy.
sorry about that.
That's
but
crazy.
She
just called me out.
But see, again though, those are meta players. Those are the people who say, "Oh, I've seen this person and this person play with this character, and they do this. I need to learn how to do that so I can be like them." Instead of, "Hey, pick your own character, pick what you like, have fun with it." Again, it's a game. It's not a lifestyle. If you're not on stage making millions and millions of dollars, which some do, some don't, it ain't that serious.
Yeah, I would say that.
But am I right about my assumption with 11-1?
Half.
Okay, so what's the other half?
I give you the customization because it did make the game. I don't know. It was like a whole different style. Like I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and I could string different combos. That's cool, but
What's the but?
that's the only thing you can say the game has.
What? 11? 11 looked good too. You know, of course, it doesn't look like 1. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. It does not look like 1. 1 is top tier.
I just gotta be honest. And for the people who think that it's judging nobody's opinion, it's cool. But if you're still playing 11 now, you need to stop it because no one's playing.
That's a story.
Who are you playing against?
It's people out there that literally still play 11.
Okay, cool.
I can't.
So what tournament is being spawned now? Only one, right?
Yeah, 1 is right now.
So
Yeah.
that's it. There's no more 11. Stop.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that because Evo is not until the summertime.
That's that. I went to AWA, and the first thing they had there was Mortal Kombat 1.
Because it had just came out.
But that wasn't even.
That wasn't the only tournament at AWA. I can tell you that.
Oh no, there was Tekken. There was
Tekken, Laylu, Marvel vs. Capcom, Smash Brothers,
yes,
and a couple, and Guilty Gear. I remember those.
And Pokemon Coliseum.
Man, anyway, no, it's not. We'll deal with that later on. We'll deal with that part of his thing later on.
It's no one's playing these stuff. Stop it. That's cool. You want to perfect what you did in 11 and be perfect at it, and now you can say, "Oh man, I mastered 11." That's fine. When people don't learn, you move on to the next game. Stop it. It's ridiculous. You're embarrassing yourself. Hey, it's fine to play classic games. I'm not stopping that, but what are you playing it for? Just say you're playing it for your own fun.
And your own fun. Again, that's what gaming is.
Don't get up there and say, "Man, I'm ready to face the best in the world." The best in the world ain't playing this no more. The best in the world is on to the next big thing. What you should be doing. So what are you gonna do now? So when another Mortal Kombat come out, let's say Mortal Kombat 12 come out, now you finna learn how to play 11? You all won? Come on, stop. It's an embarrassment. And it's not even an embarrassment. It's a waste of time and space. Cool, play the game. I'm not stopping you. Play the game. I don't tell you what you buy. You're going to play on your own system.
You spend your money.
But don't go around talking about, "Oh, yeah, let's play this. Let's get together." No, because I'm not doing that. Because if you ask somebody, "Hey, you got Mortal Kombat 11? Nah, I got 1. And I guarantee you that's what you're going to say. I have all of them. But if somebody asks, "Hey, you got 11? Not download it. I got 1. You can play me in 1. I'm not going back to that shit." Because let's just say, for some odd reason, you beat me in 11.
Whoopie-doo. That's the word, whoopie-doo.
Now, let's just say you come to my neck of the woods and you play me in 1. Now you're going to feel sad and disappointed.
Because you got smoked.
So why waste your time?
I mean, I don't say it's a waste of time.
It is.
For some people, that's what they like.
No, play the game. But don't tell me, "Oh yeah, let's play this." No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. No, it's a movie. Y'all got the same friends. Y'all want to sit together and play a class. Cool. Be my guest. You play that shit. That's cool. But don't go to nobody tournament talking about, hey, I know you guys got one, but do you guys have 11? Can we play 11? I'm good at 11. No one cares about that. It's a waste. Go ahead, invest the money, spend the 70, get Mortal Kombat 1.
So speaking of dollars and spending on games, as we both know Tekken's coming out in 2 weeks.
The money they can have it.
You what?
The money they can have it.
It's not that. You didn't give me a chance to finish.
No, I'm going to stop it.
Which edition are you getting?
Whatever one that gives me all of them.
So
I don't care. They can have it.
You're talking about the 109 probably, right?
I'm not even going to lie to you. And I know there are a lot of Tekken fans out there and they're going to be upset. But I can give a damn about the DLC. All I want is one character.
Well, luckily, as of today, we found out we was browsing, looking at videos, talking, and he finally gets his wish. He gets this character that he's been so dreading and trying to figure out where is his part in the story. Now that we know that he's in the story,
I don't like the design of the way, but it's whatever.
His favorite is Eddie.
Eddie Gordo. Say the name.
His name is Eddie Gordo. For whatever reason, I can't stand him.
Best player in Tekken. Best player.
And he feels like now, the game is complete, even though he does not come out till spring.
Stupid. Listen. We've had arguments about it. Don't get me wrong. I love Tekken. Tekken and Mortal Kombat, that's my thing.
So what's 1 and 2 then?
What?
Yeah. What if you had to label these fighting games right now between Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat 1, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay, because I really don't say Rise of Stars. I haven't played it yet.
Nobody's done that yet.
I will.
And you have a couple other games out there: DNF Duel, Grand Blue Fantasy, Blaze Blue. I know you don't really play those too often.
I play, but
they're truly not your cup of tea, Right? So out of those top 5, how would you rate them as a series, as a whole?
I'm giving it Street Fighter. Okay,
really?
Street Fighter gone.
Okay.
Because there's no more fun in it. And that's...
Why is Street Fighter not fun?
They're not like this, but it's the truth. I think Street Fighter's trash now.
What makes it trash?
I played this game all my life.
I think. Well, first of all, let's make one thing
we
clear.
all played this game all our life.
I'm older than him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put my age out there, but those people who know me know how old I am. So I've been around the block a couple times.
So this goes to you. You've played this game all your life.
Pretty much.
I played this game since I was born. My dad had it, played it, arcades, played it. I've learned these moves. You know how long it took me to learn these moves? You know how long it took me to be Ryu do his uppercut to a blast, his blast into an uppercut, his spinning kick. I'm not going to tell people how to do it because hell, it's easy now. So I played this all my life. For someone who hasn't played the game and, well, not even close because it's too hard for them to learn the controls.
You're going to talk about that modern mode shit.
Yeah. So I'm eliminated because for someone who has not played this game, to now they can play the game with ease, and it wasn't easy for me. No, I have a problem with it.
So the entitled kids ruin it for everybody, basically.
I can't even say it's the kids.
I mean, period. I'm just saying.
Yes, it's ruined. I can play this game easy now.
All right, so Street Fighter's out. So what's next?
See, I love Mortal Kombat and I love Tekken. If I could tie the two, I would. But I'm going to go with Tekken number 1. Only because it's not easy to learn how to play, but you can get the gist of it. But if you ain't played this since 1 or 2, you really can't understand the mechanics of it. A lot of people came in at 3. Not judging you. It's whenever you touch the game, some people don't even know what it's like. But I can't put my hands. You wouldn't understand it unless you played Tekken 1.
Tekken played from the beginning.
And Eddie wasn't even in Tekken 1 or Tekken 2
till 3.
So this is me learning a whole new set.
Well, that's what happened when 3 came out. They kind of changed the game when 3 came out.
And Mortal Kombat, that is my love. I'm not gonna lie to you. I play that.
I think the one thing that makes Mortal Kombat unique in its own right is the fact that they added a block button. Most fighting games
take it as one.
And the reason why that changes the game because no other fighting game, even after Mortal Kombat came out, had a block button.
Soul Calibur.
No, Soul Calibur didn't have a block button.
No,
you're right. They had a guard button for much, so you're right. But again, Soul Calibur is kind of a spin-off of Tekken because it kind of uses the same engine. It's just changing how because think about it, it's still a 3D fighter. You still can sidestep just like Tekken and everything else. The only difference is you didn't in Soul Calibur. You don't have walls. You can fall off the stage and lose a match.
I'm putting Soul Calibur at 3.
Really? What makes you put Soul Calibur at 3?
Calibur at 3. Yeah, like you said, it's a combination of everything. The 3D. A lot of games have that 3D.
Yeah, you're right. And
it's a straight.
You're absolutely right.
And don't get me wrong, that doesn't take away from other games, but
yes, it does. It does because you had Virtua Fighter that was 3D, but they didn't.
That was too stiffish. I can't put Virtua Fighter. That was too stiff.
No, I'm not saying you put it in there. I'm just saying you look at it from the standpoint. Yeah, it was 3D. There was no block button. But again, it was.
I think they did have a block button.
No, they had a punch kick and.
Oh no, you had to walk back. You had
to walk back. Yeah.
I gotta go Tekken 1 because of that. Mortal Kombat 2, just because of the game, just because of the history between the two with me. 3, I gotta put Soul Calibur in there because my dad, he didn't play that, made me upset. So
he made you upset how?
Oh, but my dad's a
So was your dad one of those dudes that Call of Duty came out and then
my dad?
Let me say because I seen it and I want to know this is true or not. Is your dad the OG who shows up? Oh, this is what COD is. Nah, he's like, nah, son, that ain't nothing. He pulls out the N64 and drops GoldenEye in there.
Oh yeah, my dad.
It did commits to beat everybody like it wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Like he you thought you was in a Call of Duty match and you just get railroaded by one person the whole time.
Challenge my dad in Pac-Man and see how far you get.
Really?
Space Invaders.
See, your dad old school.
So, Soul Calibur. Well, I take that back. I don't want to confuse them. Soul Blade.
Before it became
Soul Blade. I didn't like the. I do like the name change because it does make sense. But
who was your favorite on Soul Calibur?
Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi, all the way. Mitsurugi was just. I'm a fan. People don't know I'm a fan of samurais.
Right.
If it's a samurai, I'm with him. It gotta be that. Samurais all the way. Mitsurugi. I think I did a little bit of Maxi.
I only like Maxi because of the nunchucks. That was it. He gave me Bruce Lee vibes.
I didn't like Keeley. I didn't like Ivy. Stiffish.
No, Ivy. Ivy was one of those ones that you sat down and you really spent quarters at the arcade. And we're talking about quarters. We're not talking about We're not talking about like $1 or nothing like that. We're talking about heavily invested every time you went to the arcade.
She did have a good distance
$15.
She had a good distance game, keep distance. I give her that. It's just she was too stiffish for me.
But again, back then, a lot of those words.
Skittish. That's why.
Because now, if you play Soul Calibur, it does not look skittish
not
at all.
So that's why I gotta put it on there, because Soul Calibur is just.
Yeah, you surprised me with that. I didn't even think to mention Soul Calibur.
I'm gonna put fire. No, I'm gonna put Tetsukashi on it. Budokai. Dragon Ball Z Budokai and Tetsukashi. All of them. That's just because that was another one-dimensional, and I think they had a block button too. Not sure. Well, I know Budokai 2 did. The red one did. Mm-hmm. That was ahead of time, amazing. I can't fathom that. That was just great. I want people to get mad at that I'm adding to the list. And I know they hate it, but I'm gonna say Jump Force.
No, you wouldn't be hated for saying that.
I'm gonna say,
but you gotta remember what Jump Force was.
No, they ruined it, and that's what it is. This was their chance to bring in every, and the only reason why they're making this because they had every anime character popular that you could really think of.
Well, you gotta remember one company owned all of them too, though.
And this,
that was one of the reasons why you only saw certain ones.
But I was okay with that. You saw the ones that were popular,
right?
And I want to be 100 when I say this. If they had did Jump Force right, they could have been spanning this game for 10 years.
Could have.
You could have added Jujutsu Kaisen characters in there.
Well, again,
you could have added
Jujutsu Kaisen had just came out after they ended Jump Force. They had ended support.
So that's what I'm saying. You had it.
Demon Slayer came out. You had Fire Force. It's a lot of things.
Anything you could have put in there.
Black Clover.
Death Note. I think that was Death Note. You could have put people in that.
Well, Death Note would have been a stretch.
Why not? Why?
Because the only person you could put in there from Death Note would have been what's his name? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point though.
But you would have to have Light summon him.
And that's cool. Put it in the book. Yeah.
That would have been the finishing move. That would have been special.
That would have been special right there. Put it in the book. Or you put it in there last time. You did it with Yugi.
Hold on. We're not even talking about Yugi. We're going to leave Yugi out.
Okay, imagine you put Pokemon in there.
Yugi going to leave Yugi
out of there.
Well, you know, they did that with Smash Brothers, though.
Okay.
They put Ash in there.
So come on. We got to be for real.
They put Ash in there.
No, they put the Pokemon in there.
No, they put Ash in there.
That wasn't Ash.
That was Red. That wasn't Ash.
So that's what I'm saying. But
Red is stronger than Ash.
We're not doing that.
No, what you mean we're not?
He knows how I feel about Pokemon. And I know it looks like we're going everywhere, but that's what we do. But
we go from one to the next, so you gotta keep up.
So no. The hell with that. Pokemon's the great.
Don't say it, because I'm gonna tell you it's not.
We had an argument about Pokemon and where it sits on the pedestal of anime. And of course, there is a big three. Everybody's big three is different. People.
So you finally accepted that now?
No, I don't accept it because
you just said it. You said everybody's big three is different.
I gotta accept people's opinion, even though they're wrong.
How are they wrong?
If you don't,
how are they wrong?
If you don't have One Piece, and I don't care if y'all argue me, I can fight you down. If you don't have One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach on there, that's your main three. That's the start of the game. Now, they start the game. There's an argument about other people that start. You could say that could be up there, but as sales and top three, and the reason why I say this is because
I want this one. I'm gonna get you.
The reason why I say this is because use Dragon Ball Z. When you first saw Dragon Ball Z, and I'm not talking about Dragon Ball because there's a difference. When you first saw Dragon Ball Z. You thought that was a cartoon.
I didn't.
Okay, for the people who did, people out there thought that was a cartoon.
Hell, they still think it's a cartoon. They still think all of this is a cartoon. And right now, while we're even having this conversation on this podcast, we're watching Hunter x Hunter. At the same time,
too, except for the ending. But
again, they still think it's cartoon, and that's the misconception of everything. It's not a cartoon. It's an art style.
I hate people. Now, before we get into the big three,
Right.
I want people to know what anime is. Some people say it's because it's Japanese art and it's spoken. No. I'm going deeper than that. Japanese anime is a religion.
It can be considered by some cult.
You can say cult. You can say whatever.
Because some people will live and die on hills that don't even really exist and only exist on TV and film.
And I won. I'm telling you, I won.
Yeah, he's one. And that's cool though. But at the end of the day, we share, this is why things work between us so well, is that we have learned to agree to disagree on certain things. He has his stance, I have mine. And I'll stand on business every day that if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, those big three which he named, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, would not
You
exist.
said Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z?
Just the Dragon Ball series in general.
No, you just gotta say Dragon Ball.
Well, you understand what I'm saying. Dragon Ball
No, I don't.
Dragon Ball in general. Going from the original Dragon Ball when he was a kid to now, encompassing everything that Dragon Ball includes, from Dragon Ball to Z. We're not going to count Super because Super came out after the fact.
I'm just saying Dragon Ball.
We'll just call it Dragon Ball. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach would not be where they're at today in the U.S. Now, overseas, different story. But as far as it goes here in the U.S., if it wasn't for, hell, I could take it even a step further. Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, Sailor Moon. If it wasn't for those three, because if you're as old as me and you know me and you watch anime for the majority of your life, you had to sit through Sailor Moon and Yu Yu Hakusho to get the Dragon Ball on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, because Dragon Ball came on. No.
Dragon Ball was the last thing to come on before you went into your other Saturday programs. That was it.
But see, he has a problem with One Piece. And I keep telling you. Understand why. For people out there, if you know me, I don't care what it is. One Piece is the greatest anime of all time.
One Piece is not the greatest anime of all time.
He said that. That's the greatest anime of all time.
Its story will have you looking for something else at times.
That's bullcrap. I'm sorry.
We're not going to turn this into a One Piece.
I'm sorry.
We'll say that.
I never watched One Piece.
We will come back to another show. Anyway, that being said, we were talking about movies the other day, and there's a lot of different. We're just tell me your list. What list? What list did you want?
Okay, I need top 10, and then we're gonna move on.
My top 10. So this is what you want. You want me to tell you my top 10 anime of all time. That's what you want me to tell you.
And in order.
In order?
In order.
Okay.
I need order. Because I don't know where I get confused. Well, he said it like this. So let me get like this. No.
In order. All right. For y'all, young people, some of these names will probably.
It doesn't matter. They can look it up.
Yeah. The internet is full of information. My top 10 starts with Food Wars.
I'm not going to judge.
See, he's already judging. He's already judging.
Go ahead. I like that. Cool. Food Wars. That's what you want.
Do you even understand Food Wars?
No,
do you understand Food
No,
Wars?
I do not. No, I do not.
What don't you understand?
The whole thing. But go ahead. I don't want to stop.
I'm gonna do a day by myself and just talk about the stuff that he don't want to hear. So 10 right now.
So 10. Oh, you started from 10.
10. I'm going from bottom to top. So that's at the bottom. Okay.
That should have been way at the bottom. Okay. Food Wars.
Food Wars. Number 9 for me is actually an old anime called Slayers, called Goblin Slayers.
I wasn't born for that.
No, you was not even born at the time.
I said I don't lie for that. So I
don't look at
I am now. I ain't gonna judge that one. I am now.
8, Vampire Hunter D. I love vampires. I love those whole stories about vampires. 7, if we're talking about just something that just have you fooled and you didn't even know what was going on, would be a Gummy Guy Kid. It's one of the most destructive animes I've seen in a long time because everybody dies.
Okay, with that. Makes sense.
No, and when you see it, you're like, damn, really? They do that? 6, and 6 is kind of rough because I still haven't finished it. It's 7 Deadly Sins. I haven't finished it. But everything I've seen about it, I love.
Seems interesting. He's gonna make me upset. I feel it. I feel it. Go ahead.
After 7 Deadly Sins,
what's that, 5? Yeah.
I'm at 5. So we're getting closer to the top.
Oh, I know we are. That's what I'm waiting on.
And I will tell you right now, One Piece is not one.
That shit's crazy.
So you can hang that up. You said wow. You said my list.
I said your list. Go ahead. That shit crazy.
We're at 5. And at 5, I'm putting Assassination Classroom. If you have not seen Assassination Classroom, I promise you that's something that you need to watch. That whole series, for the 2 seasons that's there, and what they did with it, is unbelievable. 4, he's over here wondering where I'm going to put One Piece in between 1 and 4. That's what he's worried about. That's what he's worried about.
Go ahead.
My number 4 is Full Metal Alchemist. It can be Brotherhood. It can be the original. The storytelling in Full Metal Alchemist on both of them was just great. From just the plot itself of 2 brothers trying to make shit right, you can't go wrong with that. One brother is always willing to sacrifice one for another to get where they had to get to. It's great. Now, here's where the problem lies. And this is where I'm probably going to get cussed out at.
1, 2, 3, right?
3 is One Piece.
What the hell? What the fuck is he talking? I gotta ask, what's your problem with One Piece?
I don't have a problem.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually think One Piece is great. But the only thing that I don't like about One Piece, you can't binge watch it. All the animes that I've listed, as good as they are, have no more than 5 seasons.
That's an ender for you?
Bro, I did the math at work one day. We don't work at the same place, but I was doing the math at work. One Piece has 1,000 plus episodes.
38, and we're not counting Egghead that dropped.
We're not talking about that. We're not even talking about that. What we're talking about is the amount of episodes. It's hard for a person to commit to 1,000 plus episodes. I'm all for it. But when you do the math, it comes up to almost 27,000 minutes of watching that.
So crazy question. Your grandkids watch Sesame Street?
No.
They don't?
Sure. No.
Have you ever watched Sesame Street?
I grew up on Sesame Street.
You grew up on it?
Yeah.
No many episodes that are on Sesame Street.
So you're comparing. Wait a minute. So you're comparing Sesame Street.
Yes.
To
Yes. How many episodes of Sesame Street?
Sesame Street still comes on. So let's stop.
Oh, okay.
But again, we're gonna finish this list so we can go. So we can
Because
go.
I want you to get mine.
Then, so we got 1 and 2 left. Now,
I swear to God.
a lot of people are gonna hate me, and I don't care. I'll stand on this hill.
I want to say Bleach.
Hell no. Bleach is not 1 for me. Bleach is 2.
I fucking knew it.
Bleach is 2. I don't care about how much y'all talk about Ichigo as a crybaby, give me my powers back. He does that in every episode, in every fan-made movie they made. He moans and complains about losing his powers, and he gets his powers back, and he goes emo mode again, and it's like, oh, I'm just, whatever. Okay, cool. You had this story, now makes sense with the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I get it, I love it. From the fight scenes in 1,000 Years, they make some of the best. The only thing that's keeping One Piece around right now is the fact is the way that it's animated. The only thing that competes with that right now is Bleach. Bleach's animation on their fight scenes are better than the One Piece fight scenes. Except for the whole little Gear 5 thing that everybody got going on.
Wow.
Let me explain something to you. Ichigo is so raw, and everybody who's seen it knows exactly what scene I'm talking about in this arc. Where he finally gets back down there after he's leaving the palace and everything, and he's fighting them 4 girls. He turns around and tells the girl, hey, you need to move before you get hurt. And what does she do? She stands there and tries to tank it. And her friends had to put her back together.
What's number 1?
What's number 1?
What's number 1?
For me?
Oh yeah, because we said 2 now. What's number 1?
For me, my all-time favorite anime is bullshit, even not me, and I stand on this hill. Believe it or not, it's Sword Art Online. And a lot of people don't like Sword Art Online because they think Kirito is just the worst. And he's not.
In your opinion. That's your opinion.
Everybody has an opinion, just like an asshole. Everybody has one.
Okay.
And let me tell you what makes Sword Art great. Sword Art is what everybody was living for before VR came out. Everybody wanted a game where they felt like they could immerse themselves in it, and they're out there in the fields doing everything. Granted, Sword Art was not the first to do it. There was another anime out before it, which I will not talk about at this point right now. That'll come back later. But imagine playing a VR game where all of a sudden you just think it's a game, now it's real life. Why do you think so many people are afraid of AI and VR right now? Because of that anime.
Okay.
That changed everything.
I
When you wake up and you realize, okay, I can't log out this game, I'm stuck in this game, and if I try to log out, I die. If I die in the game, I die in real life.
That's not a movie, yeah.
You know? True enough, it does.
Okay.
That's a good thing, though. But again, you think about that. Now, the only way everybody can get out of this game is that you have to beat the game.
That's cool.
And the stories that come and the trials and tribulations that this man had to go through, losing friends, watching people die that he cared about, protecting the ones that he loved from the people that he thought were good people.
That's alright. You know.
And granted, the series went downhill when it went into the underworld with Alice. I didn't like that arc at all. It was good on paper, but it got away from the spirit of what.
You need to go on this speech now.
It got away from what it really was. You go back and look at any episode of Sword Art, and you'll see what this man was trying to do, how he was trying to help strangers, how he was trying to help people survive in a world that they didn't know how to survive. The very first episode, when the main villain popped out and said, "Hey, guess what? You can't log out of this game." You know how many people committed suicide because they didn't know what to do? This man ran out as soon as he heard it. Was like, okay, now I know I definitely got to go get stronger because I already know what's going to happen. And a lot of people didn't like him because he was a beta tester for the game. And that kind of sucks. He knows certain things, he knows how the game flow works. It's with anybody who gets, unfortunately these days, we call it early access. You get to touch the game before everybody else do. So he knew how to survive already. He was out there training people. His best friend, whose name is Klein, teaching him how, okay, look, you can't go after these boards right now because if you do, you'll die. Start with these first, you know, and every day work your way up. Get your levels up. Get your skills up so you can go out here and survive. So, with that being said, I'm done. I done stood on my soapbox.
I don't like 3, but it's whatever.
This man's list is probably way worse than mine.
Worse.
So let's hear what he has to say.
I'm gonna start from number 1. One Piece.
I didn't know that was number 1.
Okay, that was a joke. No, actually, my first number 1 are Roman Kenshin.
Really? So you actually put Kenshin over Peace?
I've seen it first.
Okay. That was your first love.
Roman Kenshin. That's probably the best. I like samurais. I like swordsmen. Japanese. I love it. That was the first one. I can't help it. It's just something about it. His storyline, the transition. I didn't like how it ended. I felt like it should have ended a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. When you try to continue something, it can't go on forever. I mean, it can, but if it's going on forever, it has to make sense. If it don't make sense, him fighting God didn't make sense. You're dragging it now. So I'm Roman Kenshin number 1. Number 2, One Piece. Get that out of the way. I don't know what to feel like. Where's One Piece out on the list? It is One Piece. I cried so many times watching One Piece. I've never cried.
Well, don't feel bad. Like with me, Assassination Classroom and Full Metal Alchemist have those moments where
it puts you in that mood, man.
Like, bro, if this real life, I don't want no part of that.
That is like Ace dying. That shit killed me. Brooke's storyline about his whole crewmate died and he still played the last one to play. That shit tear me up. I can't even hear the song normally without crying. Number 3, Pokemon.
But the question is Pokemon really considered?
Yes, it is. 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 Don't play that game. It is.
We'll leave that up.
We'll leave that up
for that one. But yeah, I'll put it back up later, and we'll let y'all talk about it. See how y'all feel.
Pokemon. What was number 4?
And that was 3. You're on 4.
No. Oh yeah. Pokemon. Number 5. Yu Hakusho. Easy. Number 10 was Shaki 2, by the way.
We'll see.
What was that?
That was
5. 6, Astro Boy.
Okay. I can rock with Astro Boy. I can rock with Astro Boy.
What was that? 6? 7.
Wow. I guess because it's just like the older American cartoon called Jim Holograms. You had to sit through it to get to what you wanted to watch later on. It will have you in that frame of mind. Like, damn, I gotta watch this.
And at first I
but then it was like, damn, this is actually pretty.
At first I thought it was like for girls, like, but then I had to keep watching it and watching it and watching it.
Then you saw some Tuxedo Mask for the first time, and you was like,
you know what?
That's my dog.
I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. What was that? 7? I want to infuse the new stuff, but it don't compare. So 7, I'm gonna go with E. Washington. Did I say E. Washington? Okay, 7, I'm going with E. Washington. Swords and demons.
Right.
Winter!
It's some stuff you just can't unsee.
Like that's too funny. What we at? 8. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Now, this might sound weird coming from a Yu-Gi-Oh stand, which I am. 10 toes down, Yu-Gi is one of the greatest, but I didn't put him in my top 10 because it was just, there was only a handful of things in Yu-Gi-Oh that made me catch the feels. Like,
I liked it because it was captivating.
Yeah, it was captivating because you didn't know. Well, we all knew Yu-Gi was going to win, you just didn't know how
and when.
You didn't know what trick he was going to pull out the bag, you didn't know what he had.
And it was surprising when he lost.
Yeah.
That's what made me be like, that's kind of cool.
But there were moments in Yu-Gi-Oh where Yugi just didn't give a damn. He just roasted people. And if you know the episode that I'm talking about where he was doing Weevil on the train, I felt bad for Weevil.
I thought he knew him all his life. The way he talking about him, I was like,
I felt so bad for
that. And I want to say the original Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't like the new Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, I really got after GX and 5Ds. It went, 5Ds was a lot of people don't like 5Ds because they said Yusei was full of it. But again,
I'm not watching it. It's in the name Yu-Gi-Oh. I want to see Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't want to see nobody else.
But
what's the point?
Again, there's rumors that I saw not too long ago that they're making a new movie. They have a new movie coming out where Yugi, well, he's to the point now where he's been out in Pharaoh for so long, and he's really trying to make a name for himself. Like, really, the last
without the cards? Without the cards?
No.
Without the Egyptian cards?
No, not even. No, he still has God cards.
Oh, without the Pharaoh?
Right.
So is this like a spin-off?
No. They've done a movie already once where the Pharaoh has left. The Pharaoh's been gone now, right?
I remember that.
And you have some dude that's coming and kind of still obsessed with dueling the Pharaoh, of course.
Because he's gone.
He has the puzzle, trying to put the puzzle together. So, the problem now is with this, he's older, and he's running into Jaden, he's running into Yusei, because it's still one verse, right?
So they say.
It's still one verse, there's just different cities that all this takes place in. So I'm looking to see if this is an older Yugi, how old is Yusei now? Because remember, Yusei was old. He wasn't old though, he was still a teenager, but he's much older than everybody else.
I want to say
Yusei, if this movie is correct in the timeline, Yusei should be in his 20s, in his mid 20s, going on 30s. Because if they do it that way. But go ahead after you. What do you have for that?
What was that? 8? Mm-hmm. So 9. Yeah, 9 is a doozy because I want to say Demon Slayer. I really want to because I love Demon. Like I love it, but I can't say it because, like I said, the other stuff overpowers it.
Because it's been around. It's time.
I can't. Again, like you said, I can't unsee it. So number 9. This is hard.
Don't blow your brain, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball.
I know.
Not Z.
I know. I understand. I know the difference.
I don't want people to know. I'm not saying Z. I'm not Ball. That was something about him being a kid that made it more interesting. What I'm saying is it made it more interesting. I like it.
More down to earth, more earthly.
It made it realistic.
I get it.
I get it. He's an alien coming out from. That's cool. but they made it, Dragon Ball made it more realistic. It made it possible to transition to him being older.
Right. All right. So what's 10? You said 10 for the best week.
Speed Racer X.
Yeah.
Speed Racer X.
Why?
I don't know. I watched it. I thought I was the first one. Like I tell you, you look at certain stuff, you see like a cartoon, but it's not.
There's certain stuff you can't unsee.
Speed Racer X, a lot of people don't know that is an anime.
Yeah.
That is 100%.
Look, take it from somebody who worked at Hollywood Video and Blockbusters back in the day when they were younger, and you walked through the anime section, and it was so small back then when you walked.
Oh, it was.
When you walk in those stores, they just had that's it, nothing else. One shelf set, that was it.
I like the way they talked. This is it. Oh no, I'm gonna stop. Oh no, we must fly. Come on, let's go. Oh, I loved it. You can't unsee that. You can't.
So,
I almost hit you with Power Rangers, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
We'll say that. We'll say that for the next show. Cause I got you.
Sentinels. I'll leave that alone.
Any honorable mentions that you didn't put on your list that's not on your top 10? Because I got 2 that's on this not on there.
Go ahead and throw in that Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Because it needs to be in there. I feel like they've broken the mold as far as visuals and how things are supposed to look. The blood. I want to say Hunter x Hunter, but I didn't like the drag on. Like you were dragging it. Man, let this boy see this dad already. Like, okay, I don't already been to a game to see him. That's stupid. I'm here now. So I'm not, I don't want to give it to them. I want to say Death Note.
Okay.
It's kind of, it was something different.
Me, I got 2 honorable mentions. Really 3, but I just stick with 2. And the thing is, see, that would make 3. That's why I said that would be 3. My hero is not where it needs to be just yet. Almost. It's almost there. It's almost there. It can almost replace Speed.
What's wrong with my hero?
Nothing wrong. It's just I can't put my finger on what's missing. But there's something missing and I can't figure out what it is. What it is?
I know what it is.
What it is?
The way they illustrate the powers.
I don't know. I just can't.
If those, I don't want to be a spoiler with if they haven't seen it, but we hear. Adeko has too much. Well, that's what.
Well, that's part of it.
He has too much
because having access to every awful ability fucking sucks. Let's be real. It takes the fun out of the fights if he can just basically, I can use this power. Oh, no, I gotta use that one. I can use this one. Instead of having him one-dimensional, like you got Bakugo and everybody else who has one power.
I'm gonna tell you.
Except for what's his name? He just chooses not to use his other power.
I'm gonna tell you my problem with that. And they're gonna hate me for it, but it is what it is. I would have found my hero more interesting if he didn't get the powers at all. And we got a whole Batman already going on.
Yeah.
And now, because now you're making it seem like, and that's what I didn't like about the show. I love the show, but I didn't like that aspect that they made it seem like you gotta have powers to be a hero.
When we know in this world that Batman has no powers, and it's
not even that. So, if you see what was it, the second episode, Adeko went in there and fought that monster with no powers.
No powers, yeah.
And still came out on top. I would have liked it better if he didn't get all
So if he was
powers.
a school with no powers, it would have been cool.
It would have been more interesting. Because now you see, and I believe that's what the problem is that everyone has powers in this damn thing. Everybody has powers. If you're not a hero, you're a sidekick. If you're not a sidekick, you're a civilian. You're a hero's helper. I would have enjoyed. My hero would have made the list. I would have got rid of my number 9 spot for My Hero. Only for the simple fact is because
This one,
it would have made it better if you had the power.
this other honorable mention, it's a weird one. I don't know if you paid attention or you've seen it or not. It's called High Rise Invasion.
I thought you was about to say Zoom 100. Zoom 100. I was like, oh man.
No.
I didn't like that, and I didn't like the damn live action.
It's actually called High Rise Invasion. Believe it or not, and this is something we had a discussion about a while back, which we'll touch on again later. Not today, but maybe later we'll come back to it. It's a Netflix-made anime. And when you see it, it throws you for a loop because you really don't know what's going on. Then once you see what happened,
He knows how I feel about it.
when you see what's happening, it'll have you like, damn, okay.
He made me watch Blue Eyed Samurai.
He's mad because I gave him something good to watch. Everybody in the world thinks, well, 80% of the people in the world think Blue Eye Samurai is awesome. He's on the other side of the fence because he doesn't consider it anime, but we'll come back to that. We're not going to touch that. We're not going to touch that.
We'll do that another day.
That's another show. What's anime and what's not. So look forward.
So, since you're on anime, live actions.
Oh, Jesus.
I believe it's time for it to stop.
Depending on the anime, though.
No. It's time for it to stop.
Which one didn't you like? And you probably can say all of them, but okay.
Oh, let's start with the main one on the list, Dragon Ball Z.
I don't consider that.
Live movie, live action, that's trash.
Hold on. That doesn't exist.
Okay, cool. Give it a
That does not exist. That was the worst thing they could ever do.
Okay.
I don't believe that was a movie. I think we were in a dream when they released that. It just came out of nowhere. Another one that does not exist that we don't speak of.
Okay, but sticking on it. That One Piece thing got me on the fence. I don't like when if you gotta change it, leave it alone.
But here's the crazy part about the One Piece part. Oda signed off on it. He signed off on everything that had moves on. No. The creator of One Piece. How you gonna sue yourself?
He needs to be sued. Someone needs to sue.
How you gonna sue yourself for your own material?
It needs to be stopped.
How you gonna sue yourself for your own
It needs
material?
to be stopped. You're pushing it. Leave that alone. Cowboy Bebop.
Hold up.
Was trash.
We will not have slander in this.
That was trash.
Cowboy Bebop was not as bad as what most folks think it was.
What was it?
It was not that bad. It wasn't great.
The fact that you gotta say it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't great and it wasn't bad. No, everything is not trash because it's not top tier.
No,
There are levels to certain things.
Cowboy Bebop was not a bad anime, but that live action was.
No, the live action was actually good.
Again,
I can watch the live action anime.
if you gotta tweak it to make it seem presentable, it's not okay.
No, because you gotta think about the day and age that we live in.
I don't care.
See, there you go. You're being your purest self again.
No, I don't care.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not. That shit needs to stop.
No. I think out of all the live actions that Netflix has done, there were 3
Don't you say you have to?
that stand out. No.
That was trash, right? It's not for
I can't call it
I
trash.
like it. It didn't make sense. Let's switch it up.
I can't call it trash, but I can't give it a chef's kiss neither. Now, the 3 that I'm about to mention, we've already mentioned one, which was One Piece.
I'm on the fence.
You're on the fence. I'm okay with it. The other 2 were so good, they made 3 of them.
You're not talking about Roman Kenshin.
That's one.
That doesn't count. Those are okay.
No, we're just talking about.
Okay.
They were so
I
good.
ain't gonna lie.
You might not like
They
them.
made, no, I did. 4. They made 4.
They made 4 on Kenshin.
It was 4.
Okay.
I don't know if they count that. I don't think the last one, because it's hard to find the last one.
But again, Netflix did those. And I'm gonna say this.
I apologize.
That
Was great.
was gorgeous. All 3 were just something that you could sit back on a Sunday afternoon and watch all three back to back.
It is four. Netflix got the first one, but they got three.
Okay. Next, I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people are gonna hate because I've heard people hate on it.
Nah, Pikachu.
The Full Metal Alchemist. Those three movies that they did.
They really did do that, though.
They did.
That's an easy one to do.
But again, though, it was done correct. Was it not done correct?
But it was easy.
So is Roman Kitchen was easy because you think about it. There's really nothing supernatural about it. It's samurais. Granted, he was a god among men when it came to a sword. Let's be honest. But it was more grounded on Earth versus something weird like gum fruit powers and shit like that. Am I right or wrong? Alchemy is a thing in real life. It's a thing. Look it up.
I'm just afraid, Rob.
Of what?
That these badass live actions they keep spewing out is that they're just gonna continue on. Like, I can't see a live Hunter x Hunter. I don't want to see a live and you watch it. What's next? Live Pokemon?
But again, we named three that are actually good. Because there's others. There's others out there.
I'm still on the fence.
There are others out there.
Coming out
Like,
that.
I found out not too long ago. I had never seen it anywhere else, but they did a live Assassination Classroom. Did not know it. Caught me off completely guard. Complete just had me stuck like, wait a minute, where is this at? Why haven't I seen this? But again, I go back to what I'm saying. There's things that we don't get to see sometimes because of where we are. So, you know, they did a live action Bleach, sucked. They did a live action Death Note, sucked. If you compare it to the other three that we're talking about, if we compare it to those three,
It wasn't bad though. It's just, it was simple. They kept it simple. What else did you have done?
But again, if we compared it to those three, right? If we're comparing it to One Piece, Full Metal, and Ronin Kenshin, right?
Not the top 10, man.
Right.
I mean, visuals was okay. Visuals
I mean, if that's the
were
case,
okay.
you can sit here and say the visuals in Cowboy Bebop were great, but the story sucked like hell.
Yeah, it was
And they do.
the tweet. When you want to use a live action, is it fair to say we should go from the first episodes, like start in order? Yes, not go all around the world.
Just not jump in. You gotta have characters. You gotta build the characters. I agree with you.
And you have enough time to do these things. And forget time. You have enough material to get this right.
You do. That's why everybody was so scared about the One Piece.
I'm still on the fence.
That's why people were scared
So
about it.
you
It
have-
did, from my understanding, and I could be wrong, it did get greenlighted for
Yes.
the next
It
4 or
did.
5 seasons, from
And
my
I
understanding.
and I don't.
But again, we have source material, and this is me proving that I'm not a One Piece hater. We have source material. You have plenty of it.
I might not be happy.
You have 1,000 episodes.
I might not be happy.
Now, the problem is, how many time skips are you going to do?
No, you gotta go in order.
No, I'm saying you go in order, but you do time skips.
No, I can't give you. You can't.
That's where you. But you get what I'm
You
saying.
can't do it. You have to go. Number one, if I'm gonna give you a story, no, I'm gonna tell you it right. I'm gonna start it from start to finish. That's the problem. You're giving me bits and pieces of a story, and then tweaking bits and pieces of a story. One Piece, for example. Usopp, the Usopp storyline. What the hell? What the hell?
All right. I'm done with One Piece.
That is not how it happened.
That right there just makes me not want to deal with it.
Okay, even better yet, Garp. You didn't know that was Luffy's.
Whoever for a long ass time.
For how many seasons?
But you couldn't. But again, you also have to think about the time constraints that they do have.
You can't tweet that. If I'm gonna tell the story, I'm going right.
You only have so many.
Says who? Says who? It's your story.
It's your story.
If I can play a movie for 10 hours, that's what it's gonna be. You're gonna have to do cuts. Okay, for argument, okay, cool. If I get 45 minutes to tell through a live action or an episode, I have enough material to go do that. I don't have to tweak anything because the evidence is already there. That's what's wrong with trilogies. That's what's wrong with trilogy. I can give you a better trilogy. We don't transition. This is in case you people didn't see it, because that's how it goes. So you gotta be fast to catch it. Trilogies. I always said that there should be a stopping point to where this ends.
I don't think so. If you look at it like this. The only I can't even call it a trilogy. The only thing that needs to be stopped right now is Fast and Furious. I'm sick of it.
I stop it at 1. Okay, I give you 2.
No, I will go up to 5.
No, that's ridiculous.
I will go to 5 because 5 was one of the best ones. Let's be honest.
4.
No, 5 was one of the
Wait,
best
was
ones.
4
5? No. 3 was Tokyo Drift.
4
was when he got back in the DA and then had to go back to
That's what it is.
That's 4. No, 5 was great.
In space?
No, 5 was in space.
No, I'm saying we're going into space.
No, I'm not trying to go
That's
to
what we're going. We
space.
in space.
I'm not pulling the Tyrese right now. But 5 was great due to the fact of what they had to accomplish in 5. With everything else that was going on.
You stop at 5.
I would stop at 5. I would have stopped at 5. That would have been it. After they hit the jackpot at 5 and hit that man for all his money, I'm good.
Because you know what's next, right? They going back in time. They gonna get a car. They gonna get the DeLorean. They gonna go back in time.
Alright. So what was the... Alright, so we already threw out Fast and Furious. What other series need to die?
Oh, there's tons of them. Jason?
No. I'm sorry, I cannot agree with you. I'm sorry, can't do it.
You know what I got done? So now they got telekinesis powers, right? Yeah, I could. Now I'm fighting him with telekinesis powers. Where the fuck did that come from? Why?
Hold on. First of all,
Jason goes to hell. Why? What was the story behind that?
There wasn't.
Why? Jason in New York.
No, hold on.
Shout
out to my homeboy and Jason Goes to New York, because he was the only black man ever to stand toe to toe with Jason and try to put them hands on Jason.
That's where it should end.
I don't care what nobody says.
He
stood on business. He knew he was dying. He was like, "Fuck it, we finna put his hands. We finna fight, and that's just gonna be it."
It needs to stop.
But Jason is one of those iconic characters. Jason is one of those iconic characters that.
For who?
Everybody. So right now, so let me guess. You're a Freddy fan, right? You're a Freddy Krueger fan.
That shit need to end too. I'm glad it ended. I'm glad. No, I'm not. This is the one time I'm not going to be biased. No, it needs to stop. How many times are you going to keep telling that story?
What, the 1, 2 come freeze?
How many times? How many times do you keep piling this shit on? Change something back? Okay, no, let's stay on Jason.
Stay on Jason.
Jason goes to hell. What was the story?
The story sucked.
Okay, Jason in space?
That shit was fun. Because that's all it was.
Come on now.
You couldn't tell me that shit was fun.
Enough's enough.
You couldn't tell me that shit was fun.
Why?
It was fun. That's why.
Why?
It made them money. Again, a company is not going to stop doing something if it's bringing in money.
But they did horrible sales.
No.
It was a horrible movie.
It was not. Jason.
Horrible.
What was it? Jason X. That's what it was. That was
horrible. We need to go back and look up them stage for that. That was horrible.
We're going to look up numbers one day.
Yeah,
that's something that we'll add to it. But
that
again,
shit needs to stop.
So you said Jason needs to stop.
Freddy needs to stop. Well, no, they stopped evenly. I didn't like. What, they stopped at 4?
No.
5? No, we're not counting the remakes now.
No, I'm not even counting the remakes. No,
the remakes need to stop too.
The remakes need to stop.
That needs to stop.
What remakes need to stop?
They did 2 of them. That shit trash.
No, I'm talking about in general. No, because you have
the
regular. You had the New Nightmare. You had the New Nightmare.
What was that?
That was after Dream
No, what was
Warrior
that?
and all of that.
What was that? That was garbage.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
The remake of that, and now he he didn't take the kids. Then to come to find out he did take the kids. No, that was garbage. That was trash. Get rid of it. Freddie ended at what, 4 or 5?
Freddie ended at 6 before they did the remix.
It should have ended at 3.
It technically didn't end in because then you had Freddie versus Jason.
We're not counting that. That's
That's
on. Now if they decide to do a part 2 to that, maybe. If done correctly. No, that time span 3 or 4. It's called a rap. Give it a bit. Set it on down to the road.
I mean, that's just like, for instance, sports movies that have sequels. Mighty Ducks.
That is the
other one. They got TV shows now.
2. Give me 2. I take 2. I take the second one.
You take the second one?
But they're supposed to lose the second one. It makes it more realistic.
It does.
Come on, Coach Carter. Did they win? No.
Hey,
Did they win?
Speaking of basketball, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm looking dead at this camera, and I hope there's a freaking NBA official listening to what I'm about to tell y'all. Y'all need to stop y'all shit. Because at this point, it's becoming the NFL, and that's the last thing y'all want to be.
Are we still on movies? Did we get out the movies? We'll come back to the NBA. Because I got what you're saying. We're going back to that. Y'all not going to like I say, but it's okay.
We're still on movies, but yeah, that just sparked me right quick. I had to get that out.
That needs to stop. Scream is where.
So what's the best horror movie series out there since we're cutting everything out?
No. If you're going to continue something.
Because clearly everything you said that is in right now is horror related.
They're fucking it up. Chainsaw Massacre just fixed it. They just fixed it.
So
it's just been fixed.
So
I'm planning on letting the fuck out.
So with that being said, speaking of horror movies, is Five Nights at Freddy's a horror movie?
Say that again?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
That shit needs to stop too. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. If done correctly, 2 or 3 more movies. Well, 2 more movies.
So you think they can do 2 more movies?
2 more. Are we going off the new one that they got?
Yeah, I'm talking about that one.
Oh, no. You can't do another one.
Even though it ended on a cliffhanger?
If done correctly.
Because you got to think about it.
If done correctly, you got 2 more.
If you think about it,
you got
even with the game, there's other sites.
You done correctly, you can do 2 more. Like, okay. I don't know King of Spy. How many movies was there? With more than 50?
There was
2 or 3?
There was 2, but they didn't go underneath the same name.
But
it was still,
but you still know it was still that. That shit was good. Was there another one? Was there a 3rd one? No. Because that's it. Sleepaway Camp. Which one? 1 and 2?
Yeah. At that point, 1 and 2 were great.
3 needs to stop.